I mean, does my scar look like a dog vagina?
Let me see it. Turn it over this way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and try to get inside the head of a dog. That's not my job. That's God's. Who doesn't exist, by the way. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and try to get inside the head of a dog. You just lay there and you let this dog do his business. This guy could be feral. You know what I mean? They have that on the street.
That's good stuff. Dennis and Dee, we got the podcast up and running again. It's been a little while.
Good morning or good afternoon.
Let's talk about serial killers. Yeah, Jack the Ripper and the
the Green River. The Green River Killer.
Right, the White River Kid. Mm-hmm. What's going on inside their heads? I find the mind of a serial killer a fascinating thing.
Exciting, almost.
What makes you want to make a face into a lamp or a face into another face?
Right. I've never had that. I've never had that
urge. No, neither have I. And I don't know where exactly it comes from. Now, I've had the urge to do damage on someone.
Absolutely.
Certainly emotionally.
On a daily basis,
right.
Yes.
But I've never actually wanted to stab or murder someone or draw blood from somebody.
I wanted
Emotional
to stab.
blood.
I wanted to stab. Mm-hmm. I have not wanted to murder.
Right. No, okay.
Not over and over.
Right. Not
That's
over
the part
and over.
that makes it interesting to me.
Right. Now, there's always a pattern to it, though, I find, from what I understand. If you fixate on murdering a certain type of person, you're fixated on... Now, is that like, you hate your mommy, and so you want to kill your mommy over and over again? Or what is that? You hate your mommy, so you want to make...
rape.
Right, so you want to peel someone who looks like your mommy's face off and put it on your face?
On your face.
Is that...
I feel like if I hated my mommy, I wouldn't want to put her face on my face.
Now, you did hate your mommy.
That's exactly right. I don't want her face anywhere near my face.
I want to talk about another serial killer, though. This is probably the biggest serial killer that our country has ever seen. Big Oil. Do you feel that way? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, definitely. I see that oil is a problem. Now, but I would think that if, along those same lines, if oil was a big killer, then also wind and sun would be even bigger killers if they were able to be harnessed in such a way, because they're everywhere.
No, see,
it's everywhere. Wind. How do you get away from it?
Well, I see.
Oil you can run from. You can see it. You can touch it. You can get away from it. The fish have a difficult time, but I'm not a fish. I'm not as concerned about it. Wind.
I think they're too... See, I disagree with you, because I think oil would be the serial killer in that situation.
Yeah.
And wind and solar would actually be the
Superhero.
Riggs and Murtaugh that are trying to defeat the serial killer.
Oh.
So two alternative forms, good versus evil.
I don't think you're expanding your mind enough, though. I'm saying, what if the sun were able to harness the same power that the oil has been able to harness? Somehow the oil has gotten some sort of an intelligence where it's able to lash out and
I stopped
pillage.
listening to you because I couldn't follow anything that you were saying, but what it made me think
I
of...
feel like you didn't give me a chance to
Right.
explain it when you cut me off, and that's okay. This is
tried.
banter.
I gave it a
This is
shot.
banter, so it's okay.
I gave it my best shot, which maybe wasn't good enough for you, but I think
feel
it's...
like you didn't try that hard.
Well, fair enough, but what it made me think of was, though, if you did want to use wind as a serial killer, you
Yes.
would probably take a person's body, raise it up towards the giant wind turbine,
Yeah.
and slice their head off with the wind
Okay,
turbine.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm fine with
Is that what you were talking about?
I was saying, yes, that's exactly.
Okay.
And
then
then
you
there'd
would
be
take
a
that
way-
face and turn it into a lampshade, or turn it into a couch cushion, or what would you do with that?
I would make a mirror out of it, so that when you look into the mirror, you're seeing a big, giant face looking back at you. I think that'd be funny.
Okay, so that would be amusing if you were a serial killer. You'd be, okay.
That'd be fun.
Now,
And maybe you could try and sell them. You'd
That's-
sell them as a mirror, maybe on eBay, and then when they got there, they open it up, they're excited about their mirror. Turns out it's just a big murdered face.
It's a murdered face, right?
Yeah.
So now you're complicit in that murder
Yeah.
in a way. That's
That
the sort of
sounds
genius
good.
behind it. Yeah, now I don't know. Do you think serial killers have a sense of humor?
Sure. Sure. Don't
Seems
they
like they
sometimes
must,
leave
right?
the bodies in like funny positions and stuff? That's like their trademark.
Okay, right. So you chop the body parts up. Maybe you mix up the body parts like a Mr. Potato Head of a murder scene.
Yeah.
So you take 4 or 5 different guys and gals and you mix all their parts together.
That's actually a good idea.
That is a good idea. You know what? I'm wondering, though, if we're giving serial killers ideas. Okay, Dennis and Dee Reynolds here, podcast number 4. We want to talk about terrorism today.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, you guys. Dennis and I don't care for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that there's anybody who does care for it besides the people.
Yeah, there's people that blow themselves up all day long, and
terrorists.
they love it. Yeah, they love it.
So the terrorists themselves, they're the ones that seem to care about terrorism. Us folks that are being terrorized, we don't care for it.
No.
Nor do the other folks out there that are being terrorized.
Yeah. Here's the problem with terrorism and the way that we report on it. You watch the news, and it talks all about what's going on and what would be the worst possible thing that could happen. And
Right, they're running through all the doomsday scenarios of what would be what's going to be the next big terrorist attack on our soil.
Yeah, and I feel like they're giving these guys ideas.
I totally agree. I've gotten a lot of great ideas from it, just in terms of stuff that we do around the bar.
I'm not saying that I am a terrorist, but what I'm saying is if I was,
Right.
I feel like I would have a much bigger arsenal just from watching the news.
I've taken, I would say, at least 2 or 3 different doomsday scenarios and turned them into some sort of money-making scheme for us and the gang.
Exactly. The difference being we've not blown up any children, any little brown children.
We've blown things up, but we...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But no pregnant ladies.
Right, absolutely. I mean, the good news is that nothing that we've really tried thus far has really been that successful.
No, but we haven't dedicated our lives to it. Like these
Right.
people are dedicating their lives to it. They could perfect it.
Well, don't do that
I just
to
felt
us.
like that was what was happening, and that's what people were thinking right now. So I thought, nah.
Why don't we talk about getting back to basics?
I would love to.
I think our lives have become very, very complicated in
Yes.
this day and age.
Yes.
And I think that we just need to get back to basics.
Me
Now,
too.
I remember learning in school when I was a kid, and I barely remember this, but that the basic things that we need in order to sustain human life is food, water, and shelter.
Yes.
Am I missing anything?
No.
Okay, so
No, I think that's it. I don't really remember this particular class that you're talking about, but
so
I get the idea. I get what you're saying. I get where you're going with this.
yeah, so getting back to basics. You just need food, you just need water, you just need stuff. So why are we always trying to get more?
Yeah, like we want better clothes, and we want
Better shelter. I want things inside that shelter.
food is important. It's very important for people and for their bodies. It keeps you going throughout the day. If you don't eat food, you know what I mean? Then what are you? Then where are you? Because if you don't eat, food's important, and there are a lot of celebrations occur around food. When people get married, there's always food, and when there's funerals, people bring food over. Do you know what I mean? Like people cook, and somebody has a baby. What do? You make a casserole.
So to sum up what you're saying, Dee, is that humans need to eat.
It's not even. Here's what I'm saying. It's not even that I need to eat. I mean, I do need to eat, but that's not all of it. I like food. Well, better food. I just was going
Have you eaten today?
a lot. I ate a lot. I wouldn't mind eating again.
Did you eat too much?
Maybe I
Are you
ate too
sleepy?
much. I'm feeling very sleepy.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, well, we can go rest up and then we can get back to this, all right? They might need you out there anyway.
Sounds like it's busy.
Why don't you just...
No, I
was gonna sit
this
here
is fun.
and-
You're gonna do it without me, aren't you?
No, I wasn't going to do it without you. It's our podcast.
Why don't we
Talk
both
about-
go?
Huh?
Why don't we both go?
Because there's not enough people in the bar to justify...
I hear people. Maybe a couple people need to be
No.
helped.
Huh?
Why do you want to stay here? What are you gonna do?
I'm just going to sit
You're
here.
gonna do it without me, aren't you?
I was going to masturbate.
See you later.
It's Parachute Adams.
Parachute Adams.